Hello, I'm Kristen Lee. So we are gonna go through the bands, and I'm gonna tell you what I thought of who I was able to see, and then in the next one I'll wrap up the trip as a whole. So my friend made these awesome things that I put in my little clear bag in the front pocket so I could see, and then I'd flip it to what day I needed it for. So let's see, where did we go? Friday was the first day, and we didn't get to see anything. We didn't get to see the Spin Doctors. Fountain, nope. Forget what we did. Huh. Well, I ended up seeing the beginning of Nelly. I think it was us getting a feel of the land kind of thing when we first got there. I want to say we got there when Spin Doctors was on. It might have been after, because the buses were bananas. Like, they had to call like express city buses because they were not prepared. There was a lot of us. So by the time we got there and we had general admission lounge or VIP, I'll find my thing. Hold on. Did I put it in here? I just said that I was gonna. Okay. Yeah, GA plus. So we had these cool bracelets, and we'd scan it when we go in, and it was really cool. And there was like this lounge, and there was like a tent with a sitting area, and there were beverages, and then there was like actual potties. And for me, like, I don't care about using a porta potty. I just want to be able to wash my hands afterwards. And I thought that was really well thought out. So by the time we figured out anything, I want to say we missed Live. Or we saw, I remember hearing it, but I don't remember seeing it. Where did we go? You know what? I think we ended up at Fountains of Wayne, and we were laying down and relaxing. I got really hot. Oh my God, my hot flash. Girl, you don't even know. And I had those, remember I wasn't going to bring those towels? They came in clutch for me. Oh my gosh, the entire trip. Anyway, so yeah, we went there. And then Danielle stayed for Nelly. And then I left and I caught part of the fray. So I saw a couple of Nelly songs and then I caught the fray. And then we did get to watch a little bit of the OAR from the GA lounge, the General Admission lounge. So that was cool. And then I was excited about Cake, but dude was on something, or he just was not in the mood to be there. You didn't understand him at all. He had no like hype, nothing. He was just so we left and we went to watch the Black Crowes for a little bit. Then we went back to Lenny Kravitz. He was fantastic. We stayed for the whole set, and then he came back and was trying to get people to sing happy birthday to somebody that had a sign in the front, and he had another song, but we didn't know that song. So we booked it to Green Day. But Lenny Kravitz, it was really a good concert. I don't know if I know enough of his songs to actually go to a full, 2-hour concert. But I enjoyed his set. I wasn't expecting pyro. Um, and the area was packed. Um, yeah, so I thought he was fantastic. And then, like I said, we booked it to Green Day, and we kept pushing it closer. And the first day, my anxiety about being around a lot of people, especially Green Day, because they're political and you never know what's going to happen. My anxiety was just like, okay, how far into the crowd do I want to go? And so we ended up getting this awesome spot where everybody was sitting down at first, and the guy and his girlfriend in front of us was like, we're leaving after, the first couple songs, so if you guys want to push forward, you'll have a better view. We didn't get to see them so much, but I got it, like, the screen was right there. They had the best set. It was awesome. They were awesome. I did not sit. I screamed my head off. I lost my voice. It was awesome. and, um, and their stage presence is just, it's what I miss from live music, is having that front man that plays with the crowd. And then they pulled this youngish, like maybe late teens, early 20s, up on stage. And she did not know what was going on, but she was stoked and she was so excited. And they had her sing a little part, and it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. And then we had to wait in line forever to get back to the, oh my God, multiplex, I think it was. Anyway, to get to the car, and then we had to Danielle had to drive home, or drive to the Airbnb. It was a long day. But we did see this really cool van. It was so cool. Anyway, so that was day 1. Day 2, it rained. So we got there around the time, I think it was Bumpin' Uglies was on stage. Was it? Yeah, I think it was Bumpin' Uglies. And we ended up riding the Ferris wheel, and we got to hear part of their set. And then we just waited for Natasha Bedingfield. I want to say we heard Wheatus too, but I don't remember. And then we stayed for Natasha Bedingfield in the rain. She was fantastic. I loved her. I used to know so many of her songs. I want to say I have like 3 of her albums somewhere. I kind of remembered some of them, and some of them I had no idea. And then she has new stuff. And she's one of those singers that she flows with how she wants to sing it that day. So it's not always going to be like the single. So I thought she was a great performer, and she was an awesome sport, because she first came out and it was cold, and her hair and makeup were done, and she had a jacket, and then she just gave up and played in the rain and sang with us, and she was awesome. And then we saw a little bit of DJ Jazzy Jeff. He actually was really good. He had a good set. And then we pieced out, and that was the end of Saturday for us. So we missed like En Vogue, Good Charlotte, Vampire Weekend. We missed all them. But Danielle was telling me that because it had rained last year when she went, and she said that once like the equipment and the speakers get wet, even though they're gonna still come on and play and everything, it's not going to sound any better because the equipment's been compromised. And she honestly didn't want to go through another year. She was going to get rained on. And I didn't really want to see anybody else. Saturday was a funky day. I'll talk about it in the next video. And then Sunday was our epic day. We dressed up as bees. Our friend came up with this idea to look like the little girl from Blind Melon's No Rain video, and we all dressed like bees. We had the shirt, and I brought headbands and stuff to make little antenna. And then we headed out, and we were pretty much there as it opened, because I did get to see the chef. I did get to see Marcy's Playground. They were pretty good. I did hear Burning Spear, but I didn't see them. And I'll tell you why in the next one, what I was doing during these things. And then Blind Melon, we actually got on the band's Facebook page, which was pretty cool. We had a blast. And there were other people that dressed up. They were awesome. They were so cool. And it was really nice to, like, get to know other concert goers and, you know, see where they're from and what they came to see. And we met somebody from New Zealand, I think. I'm like, what, how did you get here? Like, why? So after that, we heard Ziggy Marley, and then we went to Devo. They were fantastic. Oh my gosh. They were hilarious. They did their, the only song that I know. Oh my god, and I can't think of it right now. Hold on, I'm gonna ask my electronic friend. That's what it is. I didn't even have to ask her. It was Whip It. And they had the hat. So I got a big kick out of the fact that these guys that have to be in late 60s, 70s, and they are doing, I think they had 5 wardrobe changes, and one of them, they did put the hat on, and I got a big kick out of it. And then I chose not to go see OAR and Friends. And I'm sitting there, and I can hear Johnny Resnick from Goo Goo Dolls. And I was like, God, they would rock here. Like, this would be an awesome thing for them to come to. He was on stage. He was the friend. But we had this awesome spot for Weezer. And I knew that if we left to go see what was going on the other stage, we'd lose this spot. And Weezer was one of the bands that I really wanted to see. And so I sacrificed it. It happened, it's done, but it kind of hurts me a little bit. Yeah, and then we saw Weezer. Weezer was fantastic. I would go see a full concert they were fantastic. They did a cover of Metallica, Sandman. Awesome. They were amazing. And they were trying to leave without doing one of their songs. And the lead singer was like, all right, we're Weezer, good night. And he left. And everyone was like, what? And then they came back. They were awesome. I would so see them again. And then we went back to the lounge, and I got to see Train from the lounge. They were fantastic this time. Remember I was saying that, you know, they weren't really, they didn't perform well live? He was awesome. They were fantastic. He sounded great. He had awesome energy. I frickin' danced pretty much his whole set because it was awesome. Yeah, I was really surprised how well they did. And then we went to Fall Out Boy, and they didn't do so good. I don't know what happened. The first song is off their new album, and some of us kind of knew it. I knew, I think, a little bit of the chorus, but that was about it. But yeah, they didn't have the energy that they normally do. Their sound was like off. So it was hard to like sing along with them. And then like their timing for their fireworks or pyro or anything that they had planned, it was like off. So like the chord would end, and that's usually when the things blow up or whatever, and it was like bump bump, and then it went off. And it was like, it was just, it was off. And it wasn't me that thought it was a whole bunch of people that have seen them, and they're like, what is going on? And this one girl, she was like, maybe I'm not as much of a Fall Out Boy as I thought I was, or Fall Out Boy fan as I thought I was, because I don't know any of these songs. So we ended up leaving early, headed home, or headed to the Airbnb. And it was kind of a bummer, but, you know, things happen. And I did, the other thing is because we were at Blind Melon on Saturday, I didn't get to see Four Non-Blondes. Hold on. Wait, that was Sunday. It was Sunday. Yeah, Four Non-Blondes. I didn't get to see them because where we were in the crowd, there was no way to go, and we were waiting for that song. And unfortunately, someone was hurt. A lot of people on Sunday, for whatever reason, were passing out. But fortunately for me, I could hear the song from Four Non-Blondes that I love. So it was serendipitous a little bit. They were fine, the people at Blind Melon. And he surprised me too. He was very Van Morrison-ish from The Doors. So I was all over the place, but that was my experience. I think it was worth the ticket. All weekend I was thinking, like, who would make me come back and do what I did? You know, I took a red eye, I did all these things. And I came up with a lineup that I really would love to see. It probably won't happen, but I thought that this year's lineup was fantastic, worth the money. We had great weather for 2 out of the 3 days, so I'll take that. I love the idea that it's on the ocean. I love the fact that it's on the boardwalk. And, yeah. It would have to be an epic lineup, but I would go back. So, in the next one, I will show you what I got and talk about the trip as a whole. I hope you're having a great day and a great week. If you went, let me know. Who was your favorite? How close did you get? Did you have a different ticket than I did? You know, VIPs, some of them, I think it was VIP plus. They got to be on the main stage in the rafters. It was really cool. Trying to think. But yeah, let me know what your experience was and what you did and the pros and cons to your trip. So, and if you've seen any of these people that I talked about live and you want to converse about that too, go for it. Because I love to hear about other people's experiences and artists that they love, and I don't get to do it enough on my channel. So, I'm really leaving. Hope you're having a great day and a great week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.